Have you ever truly paused to consider the power of your first meal of the day? The food you choose to eat for breakfast can either set you up for a day filled with energy and vitality, or it can unknowingly set the stage for fatigue, discomfort, and a range of health issues, particularly as we navigate the journey of aging. You may have always thought that breakfast was a straightforward topic, that any type of food would do, but what if I told you that this first meal, perhaps more than any other, can have a significant impact on your overall well-being? Today, we're not here to simply list good and bad breakfast foods. We're going to delve into the science behind nutrition, and we're going to carefully explore how specific food choices can either support or hinder your health, particularly as we move through our later years. And therefore, it is vital to acknowledge how you can make informed and empowered decisions about your dietary habits. And if you have always been told to prioritize breakfast, it is also important to acknowledge that all breakfasts are not created equal. We're about to embark on a journey that will challenge some long-held beliefs and also explore the often overlooked impact that seemingly innocent breakfast choices can have on our bodies, particularly for those of us who are over the age of 60. It is about exploring the wisdom of our own bodies. It is about creating choices that are aligned with our long-term health. And it's also about understanding that the food that we eat is one of the most powerful tools that we have available. It's a journey that can be truly transformative. As we move through the various stages of life, our bodies change, our needs shift, and the ways that our bodies respond to various foods can become completely different than they once were. What once may have been a harmless breakfast treat in your youth may, in fact, be doing harm to your body now, and therefore, as we continue to move through the aging process, it is more important than ever that we remain informed and also adaptable, and that we are continuously choosing methods that support the needs of our bodies at every moment. And this is particularly true when it comes to breakfast, which sets the tone for the entire day, and it can either support a healthy metabolic function, or it can contribute to sluggishness, digestive upset, and a range of other conditions, making you feel less than your best. When we fail to acknowledge that our bodies have changed, it also creates an opportunity for our habits to fall out of alignment with our body's needs, and this is why it is so important to be aware, to be informed, and to also be willing to adapt. And often, the messages that we receive from mainstream culture do not take into account the ways in which our bodies change with age, and therefore, they may be giving us advice that is not necessarily aligned with our own unique needs. So, it is time to challenge those narratives and to explore alternative paths, to be proactive and to find solutions that will support our bodies in a way that is both meaningful and also lasting. It is about taking charge, and it is also about honoring our bodies throughout every stage of life. Today, we're not just here to give you a list of what to avoid, but we also want to explore why these foods, that are often presented as healthy options, can actually be a hidden source of harm. We are going to peel back the layers of marketing, misinformation, and popular advice, and truly understand how certain breakfast staples can impact your energy levels, your blood sugar, and also your overall health, particularly as you get older. We're going to examine 9 specific foods that seniors should consider limiting or avoiding entirely to protect their health and also to create a foundation for a more fulfilling and more enjoyable life. And as we explore these options, it is important to remember that it is not about deprivation or restriction. It's about making informed choices, and it is about choosing a path that is aligned with your values, with your priorities, and also with your long-term health goals. It's about moving from a place of confusion to a place of clarity, and it is also about choosing empowerment over fear. And in the process, we will also uncover more options that are truly aligned with what you need, and you will also start to discover a whole new range of possibilities that are open to you when you make the choice to prioritize your health from the inside out. And we will also see that the choices we make each morning can set us up for either success or failure, and that by making conscious decisions, we are, in fact, setting ourselves up for a much more beautiful and also more joyful experience in the world. It's not just about avoiding the bad. It's about embracing the good. And for every food that we will be discussing today, we will also be exploring the healthier and more nourishing alternatives that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine, so that you can still enjoy a delicious and fulfilling breakfast without sacrificing your health or your vitality. And together, we will learn how to create a life that is both delicious and also incredibly empowering. This is about transforming the way you approach your morning meals and also how you approach your entire experience of food. It's a journey of discovery where we take a more mindful and intentional approach to all of our choices, and also where we learn to make those choices with a focus on health, happiness, and overall well-being. And by embracing this new understanding, you will also be able to take control of your health, to find peace in your daily life, and to set yourself up for a day that is full of energy, clarity, and purpose. You are worthy of all that you deserve. And now, let's begin our exploration with a seemingly harmless breakfast staple, and something that we have all been told was good for us since childhood, something that may even still be a part of your daily routine: sugary cereals. Those colorful boxes with cartoon characters and catchy jingles that are strategically placed at eye level in grocery stores are not actually as good for you as you may have been led to believe. And this is particularly true for those of us who are over 60, as those types of foods can pose a significant threat to our overall health and well-being if not addressed. You may think of them as a quick, convenient, and easy breakfast choice. But the reality is that they are often loaded with refined sugars, which are not only devoid of any real nutritional value, but can also lead to blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, weight gain, inflammation, and also a range of other serious health conditions that you will want to avoid. And that is not how you want to start your day, with a crash rather than a boost, and a sense of unease rather than peace. Also, those colorful cereals are often lacking in fiber, protein, and other essential nutrients that we truly need to start our day with a feeling of energy, focus, and also vitality, meaning that, while they may be convenient, they are actually doing nothing to support your overall health, and also that they may be setting you up for a day that is filled with stress, fatigue, and an increased risk of long-term health concerns. It is time to approach breakfast with intention, and it's also time to step away from the harmful effects of these sugary options. It's also important to note that these foods, and that the messaging that often accompanies them, are often carefully crafted to target our emotions, our memories, and also our desires to simply be comforted, rather than truly providing nourishment. And when we can begin to understand that we are being influenced by external forces, we can then choose a different path. And we can also take control of our own choices from a place of strength and also from a place of power. Now that we have identified the dangers of sugary cereals, you may be wondering if there are any alternatives that can provide both taste and nutrition, that can also set you up for a day that is full of energy without causing all of the negative side effects that are often associated with these more processed and sugary choices. And the answer, thankfully, is yes. And you do not have to resign yourself to a life of bland and boring breakfasts, but instead, you can choose to embrace new and empowering alternatives that will serve you far better. Instead of those sugary cereals, you can opt for a bowl of plain, unsweetened oatmeal, which is not only a comforting and delicious choice, but it is also a great source of fiber, which helps to regulate digestion and also provides you with sustainable energy throughout the morning and allows you to navigate your day with greater ease, focus, and clarity. And to add sweetness, you can choose to use natural sweeteners such as fresh fruit, a drizzle of honey, or even a dash of cinnamon. And you can also get creative with your oatmeal by adding nuts, seeds, or even berries to enhance the taste, the texture, and also add a range of different nutrients, creating a breakfast that is both flavorful and also incredibly supportive of your overall health and well-being. It's about remembering that whole foods are often the best choices, that balance is key, and that you always have the power to make choices that are rooted in self-care. And when you make this switch from those processed, sugary cereals to more natural and unsweetened options, such as oatmeal, you are not only supporting your physical health, but you are also creating an opportunity to be more connected to your food, to approach it with more intention, and also to understand that the food that you are choosing to consume is supporting your overall experience of life. From the moment that you wake up until the moment that you go to bed, and that is a powerful step to take. Let's now turn our attention to another common breakfast culprit, processed pastries. And while they might seem like a quick and convenient option, they are often loaded with refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and also processed flours that offer very little nutritional value, and they often make us feel sluggish, tired, and slow from the very moment that we consume them. And this is a combination that does not bode well for your long-term health, nor for your ability to live a more joyful and a more fulfilling life. You may want to enjoy that donut, that muffin, or that Danish, and these are foods that often bring us comfort through their texture, their taste, and also the memories that they may bring up from our past. But the reality is that these types of foods are often devoid of any real nutritional value, and they can also contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, inflammation, and also other health issues that will all be detrimental to your health, particularly as you navigate the aging process. These processed pastries often provide only a very temporary boost of energy, followed by a major crash, and they may also create a cycle of cravings that makes it much more difficult to maintain healthy eating habits, and also that will contribute to a reliance on products that actually detract from your overall state of well-being. Therefore, it is essential that we are all aware of the potential dangers and that we also understand how to better choose more healthy and more supportive alternatives. You deserve a breakfast that sets you up for success, and it is time to make that a reality. So if we are choosing to release these highly processed options, what other alternatives do we have? Are we to resign ourselves to a life without that sweet taste, without those warm and comforting treats? The answer is no, that we can still enjoy foods that are both satisfying and also nutritious, if we choose a pathway that is more aligned with our values and our health goals. It is all about shifting our approach and embracing a more conscious and deliberate method of choosing what we put into our bodies. Instead of those processed pastries, opt for a slice of whole grain toast, which will still provide that level of carbohydrate that you may be seeking, but with the added benefits of fiber that supports digestion and also a more sustained release of energy throughout the morning. You can top the toast with avocado, nut butter, or a sprinkle of cinnamon, creating a meal that is both satisfying and also incredibly supportive of your overall well-being. And if you have more time, why not create your own baked goods at home, as this allows you to control the ingredients and also to choose healthier alternatives. You can use whole grain flours, natural sweeteners, such as maple syrup or honey, and you can also incorporate fruits and spices to enhance the flavor, without having to rely on those processed ingredients and additives that cause so many issues. It's about remembering that you have choices, that you do not have to settle for those processed options, and that you are empowered to create alternatives that both satisfy your cravings and also support your long-term health. It's about embracing creativity in your kitchen and about exploring the power of real food that is both delicious and also incredibly beneficial for your health. Now, let's turn our attention to another breakfast staple that is often seen as a healthy choice, but may, in fact, be hiding some very real dangers: flavored yogurts. And while yogurt is often promoted as a good source of calcium and probiotics, some flavored varieties are also loaded with sugar and also with other unhealthy additives that may actually do more harm than good, particularly if you are trying to maintain your overall health. And it is often the high sugar content that poses the most significant threat, as that added sugar has very little nutritional value, and it also contributes to those blood sugar spikes that can then lead to energy crashes, inflammation, and also to an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes and other chronic conditions. These high levels of sugar can often create a vicious cycle of cravings, making it all the more difficult to maintain balanced dietary habits. Also, when you are purchasing these types of yogurts, be mindful that you are also purchasing other additives, artificial flavors, colorants, and all of the other unnecessary chemicals that are not required to provide nutrition, but rather to promote a longer shelf life. And it's these additional ingredients that can disrupt your digestive system and also have a negative impact on your microbiome, which is essential to good health. It is time to choose a better option that is rooted in nature instead of products that are created in a lab. So if flavored yogurts are a danger to our health, what can we choose instead? Do we have to give up on the creamy textures and the satisfying flavors that we so often enjoy in the mornings? The answer is, of course, no. There are so many wonderful options that will provide you with all of the benefits of yogurt without the hidden dangers of excessive sugar, harmful additives, and other negative ingredients. And what's more is that you can also make your own choices and to be in control of what exactly goes into your body. Instead of those flavored options, opt for plain, unsweetened yogurt, which is an excellent source of protein, calcium, and also probiotics that are beneficial for gut health. And then, instead of reaching for added sugars, you can add a touch of sweetness by including fresh fruit, berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or even some unsalted nuts or seeds to add a boost of flavor, texture, and also a range of essential nutrients. You are choosing to prioritize nature over manufacturing. You are choosing health over convenience, and you are also choosing to nourish your body from the inside out. And by choosing to create your own unique combinations of natural and healthy ingredients, you are not only creating a breakfast that is aligned with your values, you are also rediscovering a connection to your own creativity and a deeper appreciation for the simple beauty of real food. It is in these moments of intention that you also create more space for overall health and well-being, and that you also create a sense of empowerment that you are truly in control of your choices and the direction of your life. Now, let's turn our attention to another popular choice that is often seen as a breakfast staple: processed breakfast meats such as bacon, sausages, ham, and other similar types of items that are often promoted as quick and easy options, and also as a valuable source of protein. However, the reality is that these processed breakfast meats are often loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and also a range of additives and preservatives that may pose significant risks to your overall health, particularly as you navigate the complexities of aging. They are also often high in saturated fats, which can contribute to inflammation, heart disease, and also to a variety of other health conditions, including an increased risk of various prostate problems. And you may have had this type of meal in your daily routine for many years, but that does not mean that it is one that is aligned with your goals, particularly when you begin to understand the negative impacts that they can have. And as we have often discussed, excessive sodium intake will increase your blood pressure, making your kidneys work harder and putting a great deal of strain on your entire body. And it's important to recognize that it is not about deprivation, but rather, it is about embracing and understanding that these types of food can create a range of problems that are not only difficult to navigate, but that are also very easily avoided through making better dietary choices. It is time to understand that you have choices and that those choices will dramatically impact your overall well-being. And so, if those processed meats are so bad for us, what other choices do we have? Must we give up on the joy of having a protein-rich breakfast that is both satisfying and also enjoyable? The answer is no. There are other options that can also be a good source of protein, and that will also be more supportive of your long-term health goals and also your overall well-being. And you will still find them to be just as delicious and satisfying. Instead of those processed meats, why not consider cooking up some eggs, which are not only a complete protein, but they are also a great source of a range of other essential nutrients, and when they are cooked in a healthy way, they can also offer great benefits for your overall health. And it is also worth remembering that everything should be done in moderation, and that the key is to create balance in all of your choices. And when eggs do not serve your needs, or you have chosen to avoid animal products altogether, there are also many plant-based sources of protein that you can also explore. You can create breakfast options that contain tofu, beans, lentils, chickpeas, or even a good quality protein powder to boost the protein content of your meals, so that you can start your day feeling energized and also fully supported from within. And all of these options will provide you with an incredible source of nutrients and will also help you to avoid all of the harms that are often associated with processed breakfast meats. It is about embracing all the wonderful foods that are available to you and making choices from a place of empowerment, intention, and also self-love. Let's now turn our attention to another seemingly harmless breakfast beverage that is often promoted as a healthy choice: fruit juice. And while it may seem like a quick and easy way to get in some extra vitamins, many commercially produced fruit juices are also incredibly high in added sugars, and also they often lack the essential fiber that you get when you eat fresh whole fruit. It is also a great example of how you need to consider all aspects of a product, not just one or two limited pieces of information. These added sugars can quickly spike your blood sugar levels, leading to energy crashes, increased inflammation, and an increased risk of weight gain and other chronic conditions. It also does not give you the same slow release of energy that you can achieve when you are eating whole fruits, and therefore, they are not the ideal choice for providing the body with all that it needs. Also, many of these juices do not have the pulp or the fiber that is so essential to our health, and that is also what contributes to a feeling of satiety, meaning that they do not actually help you feel full or satisfied, but rather, they leave you feeling sluggish and also wanting more. It's important to understand that while some fruit is beneficial for our health, that the juice itself can have a vastly different impact on our overall well-being, and also that the processing methods will often strip the juice of all of its nutrients, leaving behind only the sugar and some artificial flavors that have little nutritional value. So, what can we drink instead of those sugary fruit juices? Do we have to forego the pleasure of something sweet, something flavorful to start our day? Thankfully, the answer is no. There are so many wonderful options that are also both hydrating and incredibly supportive of your overall health that you can easily incorporate into your daily routines. It is about understanding the value of natural products and the difference they can make to our bodies and to our lives. Instead of those high-sugar fruit juices, why not opt for a piece of whole fruit, which will provide you with the same vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but with the added benefit of that essential fiber that can help to regulate your digestion and also to provide you with a more sustained source of energy throughout the morning. And when you eat a piece of whole fruit, you are also making a conscious choice that is aligned with nature and with all that your body truly craves. You may also enjoy a refreshing glass of infused water, where you can add slices of lemon, lime, cucumbers, or other fruits to naturally flavor your water without any added sugar or artificial chemicals. This is an excellent method to stay hydrated and also to add a unique taste to your water, while ensuring that you are choosing an option that is both supportive and also incredibly refreshing. And when you do that, you are honoring all aspects of your health, both from the inside out and also from the outside in. You are always in control. Now that we've explored the 5 key breakfast culprits to avoid, and we have also considered healthier and more delicious alternatives, let's discuss how you can actually implement these changes in your everyday life. And it's true that change can often feel overwhelming and that making new choices can often be met with resistance. But the key is to begin with intention, to plan ahead, and to make sure that your path is as smooth as possible. You have the power to do this, and you are fully capable of creating a future that is more aligned with your values and your overall health goals. The first valuable step is to do some planning and to spend some time looking at your week ahead and to plan out some healthy breakfast options that are both enjoyable but also easy to prepare. If you choose to do this, you will then be less likely to be swayed by the temptation of quick, convenient, but also unhelpful options that can easily derail all of your best intentions. This is about choosing an approach that is both proactive and also empowering. You can plan your meals, create your shopping lists, and also make sure that you have all of the ingredients that you will need readily available. And this will make it far easier to create those healthier breakfasts, and also to do so with a clear intention, and also with a deep and abiding commitment to your own well-being. And by doing so, you are also taking a stand and creating a pathway that truly puts your health and happiness first. And as you create your plans, it's also incredibly important to focus on simplicity and to choose recipes that are both delicious and also easy to prepare without requiring a lot of time, effort, or energy. This is not about creating overly complicated meals, but rather it is about creating something that is both nourishing and also realistic, that will easily become a valuable part of your daily routines. The key is that the process itself is also both enjoyable and also sustainable. You may choose to make a bowl of oatmeal with berries and nuts, or you can toast some whole grain bread and top it with avocado and a sprinkle of herbs, or you could scramble some eggs with spinach and mushrooms, and you can also consider using low-fat cottage cheese and fruit, or any other combination that you may discover as you move along your journey. The opportunities are truly limitless, and the key is to be creative, to have fun, and to also discover the joy in eating real food. Also, do not be afraid to use what you have available and to choose those recipes that fit your budget, your lifestyle, and also your own individual needs and preferences. And you will find that, with a little experimentation, that you can also find that those healthy choices can also become both enjoyable and also incredibly rewarding. It's about approaching meal preparation with joy and also with creativity, and also an intention to fully nourish both your body and your mind. And now, let's talk about meal prepping and how you can also use this powerful tool to make healthier breakfasts a more consistent and also a more accessible part of your daily routine. And meal prepping is not about complicated recipes or spending hours in the kitchen on the weekend, but is rather about taking a few moments to do some basic tasks ahead of time so that you can make your breakfasts faster, easier, and more streamlined throughout the week. For example, you can pre-chop your fruits and vegetables, you can portion out your nuts and seeds, you can prepare a batch of overnight oats, or you can even hard-boil a batch of eggs, all of which can be stored in the refrigerator and be ready to go when you need them most. And this simple step will not only save you time and effort in the mornings, but it will also remove all of the barriers to making healthier choices, and it will also help you to avoid those moments of feeling rushed, which can often lead to choosing less healthy alternatives. And it is in those moments when we are not rushed that we are also more likely to choose an option that is designed to nourish rather than to simply fill a hole. And it's also about acknowledging that your time is valuable and that you should always seek strategies that are designed to make your life simpler, easier, and also more enjoyable. And you will also find that when you are well prepared, you will also feel much more calm, peaceful, and more in control of the choices that you are making every day. Another essential skill that we must all learn is how to read food labels. In a world that is often filled with so much marketing and advertising, it is so incredibly important to be able to filter out the information that is designed to sell you a product, from the information that will actually help you to make a more informed and more mindful decision. And when you have the capacity to read labels and to choose products that are aligned with your values and also your health goals, you are empowering yourself to take responsibility for your own well-being and to step away from those potentially dangerous options that we have been conditioned to believe are also good for us. Take a moment to look for hidden sources of sugar, sodium, and unhealthy fats on those packaging labels that you see every day. Learn to identify the different types of ingredients and also to understand how they may potentially impact your health and your overall well-being. And when you take the time to research and to learn, you will also be better equipped to make more mindful choices at the grocery store, and you will also begin to select foods that truly support your body rather than those that are only designed to look appealing. It is about understanding that knowledge is power, and that when you choose to become an informed consumer, you are also creating a foundation for long-term health, for more sustainable practices, and also for a deeper connection to your own unique journey and all of the wonderful choices that are available to you. And when you know what to avoid, you will also become more empowered to recognize the wonderful options that are right there, waiting to be discovered. And finally, as we begin to pull this all together, we must also discuss the importance of choosing whole foods and of prioritizing fresh ingredients whenever possible, and the power that these foods can bring into our daily lives. While it is good to be more informed about labels, it is also important to recognize that the key is to focus on foods that come to us in their most natural state, without having been processed, refined, or altered in ways that may compromise their nutritional value. It's about understanding that when we prioritize whole foods, we are also choosing foods that are packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and also antioxidants, as well as fiber, which helps to regulate our digestion and keep us feeling fuller for longer. And when you start to incorporate more fruits, more vegetables, more legumes, and also more whole grains into your diet, you will also begin to understand that you can satisfy your cravings without sacrificing your long-term health or also your overall sense of joy. When you eat whole foods, you are eating food in its most natural state, and it is in these foods that you will often find the most nutrition, the most flavor, and also the most overall benefit. And while it may sometimes be easier to reach for those processed options, always remember that real food is often the best choice for your body, for your mind, and also for your spirit. It is through these small choices that we also create lasting change, and that we are able to not only satisfy our hunger, but also to truly nourish ourselves from the inside out, which is what we are all seeking in the end. As we move towards the conclusion of this exploration, I want to offer one more invitation, and that is to fully embrace the power of choice and to use it to reshape not just how you approach breakfast, but also how you begin to approach all of your choices with a renewed sense of awareness, intention, and a deep and abiding commitment to your overall well-being. It's time to reclaim breakfast, not as a burden or a routine, but as a valuable opportunity to support your body, to nourish your mind, and also to honor your soul. It is by transforming the way that you think about breakfast that you are also creating an opportunity to see all of your food choices in a new light, and to also create new daily routines that truly support your unique needs. And while we all know that life can often feel hectic, that it can often be filled with uncertainty and challenge, these routines are also small but powerful acts of self-care and an opportunity to prioritize your well-being and also to create a peaceful and joy-filled start to every day. And when you approach this from a place of gratitude, you will also discover the power of these simple steps and how they contribute to a life that is as delicious as it is nourishing. It is not about sacrifice, but about intention. It is not about restriction, but about empowerment. And it is also about choosing a pathway that is rooted in self-love and self-acceptance. And it is in this space that you will also find that true change truly begins. And as you begin to implement these changes, I want to also remind you about the importance of consistency and patience, both of which are essential for creating a lifestyle that is both sustainable and also effective, as change does not happen overnight. And it does take some time to fully integrate these new habits into your everyday routines. Therefore, it is vital that you approach your journey with self-compassion and also an unwavering commitment to your overall well-being, as this is not about reaching for perfection, but rather about choosing to move in the right direction. There will be moments when you stumble, when you might find yourself drawn to old habits, and that you may even find yourself overwhelmed. And during these times, it is even more important to be gentle, to understand that you are doing your best, and to also know that you can always return to the routines that you have established for yourself. And when you do this, you are also choosing a pathway that is rooted in forgiveness and self-love, and a commitment to a life that is designed to support you in a way that is both meaningful and sustainable. It is about embracing the understanding that these changes take time, that they take effort, and that they also take a great deal of self-compassion. And while it may be tempting to rush or to seek overnight transformations, that true and lasting change is always a slow and gradual process that unfolds over time. And also to understand that your progress, no matter how slow it may seem, is still progress nonetheless, and that you should always celebrate all that you are able to accomplish, no matter how big or how small those efforts may seem. And while this exploration has also covered some of the challenges of choosing the right foods, it is also essential that you do not lose sight of the importance of enjoying the process of making those choices, and that it is also essential to remember that food should be a source of both nourishment and also of joy. The practice of eating is not meant to be a chore, it is not meant to feel overwhelming, but it is rather a reminder of the many gifts we have in our lives and how we can choose foods that serve us in powerful ways. Therefore, it is always beneficial to add variety, to add flavor, and to also experiment with new ingredients, new recipes, and also new methods of preparation, which is a way to honor both your body and also your palate. You do not have to sacrifice joy in the name of health, but rather, you can learn how to make choices that will bring you a sense of both nourishment and also happiness, allowing you to create a life that is both delicious and also incredibly supportive of all that you are. You must always remember that food should never be something that causes you to feel fear, limitation, or restriction, but it is instead a part of your overall health and well-being, and also a way that you can connect to the natural world, to the cycles of nature, and also to your own power of self-care and self-respect. And when you approach food from a place of love and joy, you will always be making choices that are aligned with your body's true needs, and you will also discover all of the simple beauty that this life has to offer. And finally, as we approach the end of our time together today, it is essential to emphasize the power of self-advocacy and to understand that you are your own best expert when it comes to making choices that are aligned with your unique needs. And while it is so important to understand the science, it is also important to also trust your own wisdom, your own intuition, and to also make choices that you feel are best suited to your body and your overall. And as we move into these final moments, it's also essential to understand that you have an important role to play in the management of your health, and that you are your own best advocate when it comes to choosing a pathway that truly honors your unique body, your needs, and also your preferences. And while we have all of these external resources and all of this knowledge that can guide us along the way, we must also remember that true wisdom always comes from within, and that you have a power to navigate these challenges in ways that are aligned with your inner knowing. And if you choose to use the information that we have explored today, or if you find yourself feeling confused, overwhelmed, or also uncertain about the best steps to take, it is always valuable to seek the guidance of a healthcare professional or a registered dietitian who can provide you with personalized that you are also creating a beautiful and meaningful pathway that will guide you towards a life of greater joy and also of greater peace. And finally, as we come to the end of our time together today, I want to take this opportunity to invite you to share your journey, to share your experiences, and also to share your own personal insights in the comments section below. And when you share your voice, you are also helping to create a community of support and also creating a space where we can all learn from each other and also grow together as we continue to navigate this beautiful and often challenging journey of life. You may have tried some of these tips. You may have discovered some new alternatives, or perhaps you have even developed your own unique and effective approach to choosing healthier breakfasts. And when you share that, you are offering a valuable tool for those who are also on a similar path, as they may also be struggling to understand how best to take care of their bodies. It's in those moments of vulnerability that we are able to create the most powerful and most meaningful connections. Your stories, your experiences, and your unique insights are all so incredibly valuable and will not only help to inspire others, they will also help you to process your own thoughts and feelings, and they will also allow you to recognize just how much you have already accomplished and also how powerful you truly are. You never know whose life you might touch, and that your small act of kindness, generosity, and sharing can create a ripple effect that will extend far beyond your own immediate reality. And remember that your voice is important and that your unique story is essential. So, as you embark on this journey, I want you to remember that you are not alone, that you are fully capable of making empowered choices, and that you are deserving of all of the joy, the vitality, and the well-being that life has to offer you. You have everything that you need within you to create a future that is both healthy and fulfilling, and it is my deepest hope that you embrace the power that you hold in your own hands, and that you do so with courage, with compassion, and with a deep and abiding sense of self-love. You have the power to transform your morning routine, to create choices that are designed to serve your body, and to set the stage for a life that is rooted in self-respect, intention, and also a deep connection to your own unique wisdom. And while there will always be challenges along the way, remember that you also have the resilience, you have the strength, and also the ability to overcome any obstacle that may try to hold you back. You are always worthy of joy, and you are also always worthy of a life that is aligned with all that you are capable of becoming. Thank you for joining me today on this exploration of breakfast and its often overlooked impact on our bodies. I hope that you have found this information both valuable and also empowering, and I look forward to continuing to connect with you all in the comments section below, and also in future videos that will help to support you on your journey towards a more fulfilled and also more joy-filled life. And if you would like to receive even more valuable tips, guidance, and inspiration that will help you to live your life to its absolute fullest, be sure to subscribe to the Vibrant Seniors channel and to activate the notification bell so that you will be alerted every time that a new video is released. You are welcome here, you are valued, and you are also deeply cherished, and I look forward to continuing to support you in all of your endeavors.